Hey everybody, this is Ardwulf, and I'm coming to you from D&D Online, Dungeons & Dragons Online, Eberron Unlimited, and I'm going to give you a brief rundown of the game, including the entire tutorial process. As you can see, I've made a character already. That's something that I probably will go into in further videos because there's actually a lot to it, and it is entirely possible to create for yourself a suboptimal character who will suck in the long run. But in this case, I've just created a human barbarian, and we're going to get started right away. Okay, so here we are in the Korthos Island tutorial scenario. Bear in mind I'm actually recording live audio with this, so if I start stuttering or coughing or something like that, you'll know why. I'll give you a brief introduction to the UI. This is your objectives panel up here in the upper right-hand corner. That shows you what your current quest objectives are. Up in the upper left-hand corner, you have your basic game functions menus that takes you to things like the social panel or the game's main menu or what have you. Right here you have a mini-map. This right here is your unit frame. You can move any of these UI elements around. This over here is your enemy's unit frame, or whoever is targeted. You see that as I've targeted this halfling here, he comes up in the unit frame. And you can compact this too. So just for the sake of showing you how to do this, you literally only have to drag this guy over here and this guy over here to move UI elements around. Here's your chat panel, here's your quick slot bar. You can add as many quick slot bars as you like with this little button in the on the extreme left of that bar, but I'll just keep the one here for now for the purposes of this tutorial. I won't need any more buttons than that.
Can you talk?
Now, DDO's controls work a little differently than many other MMOs. You're going to want to steer with the mouse, using mouse look, and move, shift to the right, to the left, back or forward, using the WASD keys. I personally like to use the mouse to move in most MMOs, but DDO doesn't really work like that because everything's actively targeted. So you're pretty much stuck with WASD movement. But you actually get used to it. I got used to it pretty fast anyway after being a pretty die-hard mouse movement guy. So you'll get used to it too. Now, as you can see, once I press the left mouse button down, I get a little target reticle, which will change shape if I'm targeting over something that's interactable, like Jeets here, who's quite a character, as you'll probably hear in the dialogue as this goes on. So let's run up to him, and we're going to right-click on him and talk to him. And we'll just blow through this dialogue. You should absolutely read this dialogue, but I'm not going to bother because I've been through this tutorial probably 120 times. So I'm going to follow him up the hill here. Yes, follow you, you little prick. Come on, walk faster.
Follow me. Here we are. So you want a weapon or not?
Okay, so you're going to talk to him and get a weapon. And I'm going to take the great axe because I'm a barbarian, and barbarians love big axes. In order to bring up my inventory, I will press the I button and double left-click on the item to equip it. And now I have a big equipped weapon. Now, as you can see, when I reticle over this crate here, the reticle turns red. That means that that is an attackable object. So I can swing at it by clicking the right mouse button, and an item has been revealed, on which I will double-click to loot. Looks like I'm going to get a lot of healing potions doing this. There's a whole bunch of these breakable objects floating around this initial tutorial area. You generally want to break them all. There'll be some money in here, which you won't start with if you skip the tutorial area, which you do have the option to do later. If we talk to this guy again, he will tell you to go up to hill and talk to this cleric named Salimus, which we will do, and on our way we will smash more stuff. Performance is kind of choppy here because I'm capturing video, but ordinarily DDO has pretty good performance for me on maximum settings. It is one of those games that is DX10 capable, so, and I think there were places in the game where that really shines through. Smashing as many of these is good for you. It's therapeutic. As you can see, the movement's pretty fluid. I'm able to maneuver quite well by steering with mouse look and moving with the WASD keys. I find it pleasant to move around in this game. It's really the only game I can um, think of that's like that. Up here on the hill, this is kind of hidden unless you go up here, by the way. There are 4 more barrels. You notice that with each swing, sometimes if there's multiple targets right next to each other, they will all take damage. That is a feature of two-handed weapons in particular. Okay, so I'm going to go up to this instance. This is the instance entrance, and within that instance will be the cleric that we're supposed to talk to. So I'm going to right-click on the doorway, and this panel is kind of important, not in this case particularly, because there's only one difficulty I can run this instance on, solo. But ordinarily, I would have the ability to select from multiple levels of difficulty. I like to start these instances on normal and then work my way up. Some people like to do them on elite right away and just get all the points up front, and then they're done with it. Okay, so when we come back, I will be in the instance. Okay, so we're in the instance. Here is Silamas.
Who in Kyber are you?
And there's going to be some dialogue where I say, "Shut up, woman! Tell me what to kill."
First, I shall surround us with a protection spell.
Her spell temporarily prevents you from dying, though you can still suffer injuries.
Now, let's be about it.
You'll notice that there is narration. The narration as you continue through the game isn't really as ubiquitous as it seems from these first few scenarios, but it's still pretty common. Every dungeon has at least a little bit of narration, and there's at least a couple of dungeons. Well, there's one dungeon sequence in particular where the DM narration is done by Gary Gygax himself.
You hear the shuffling and wheezing of some creature coming
D&D.
from the corridor ahead.
So we'll run down the corridor. As you can see, also you can climb in this game, which is pretty novel. As you can also
The corroded
see
lever at the
Sahagin
rear of
go
this
down like
corridor
bitches
most likely controls
before
the
my
gate
axe.
where the cleric Selimas is waiting.
Okay, now the DM narration's a little annoying because I'm trying to talk, and nobody talks over me, god damn it.
We come to assist you.
We come to assist you. Onward to glory.
Celine
I am
isn't
Worf.
too honked at me. Thanks for putting in the good word.
Jeet's here. Every line that Jeet says is sexual innuendo of some form or another. It's actually pretty amusing.
The evil aura is oppressive.
There's a lot of...
behind this door. I'll take point. Talbron, cover me with your spells. Jeets, kill anything that tries to flank us.
Alright, now that the woman has stopped talking.
The door.
Many objects in DDO are interactable. I will right-click on this lever to open this door. There will be many situations where there are switches or levers or what have you that you'll need to interact with in dungeons. DDO is almost entirely dungeon-based. There are some wilderness areas as well that you can adventure in, but generally speaking, dungeon scenarios are where it's at. Now we will fight off, I want to say 3 waves of Sahagin. They are giant fishmen, and they are evil.
Stay alert.
There will be a 3rd wave right here. 2nd wave right here. 3rd wave's coming.
The righteous smite you!
Shut up, woman. Heal me. Why aren't you healing me? Oops. Almost cracked the Warforged.
Are you scared of me? Come down and fight.
And as you can also see on the left-hand side here, the game actually rolls a 20-sided die when you make a swing and tells you, based on the traditional D&D attack tables, whether it's a hit or not. You can also change the die type, so you can make it a green dual-type die or a red speckled die or whatever. That's all in the options menu.
Can't pick this. Anyone see a key?
Curious. I just stepped on something.
Whoops, I just stepped
work.
on something.
I
I could quote all this dialogue verbatim before he gives it, because I've played through this so many times.
Hydrophobia mean anything
You
to
grab
you?
the silver key. Time to swim for the surface.
Alright folks, YouTube says that I'm out of time, so we're going to have to let you go here. However, part 2, which is the remainder of the video, will be coming pretty shortly. So come on back, join us for part 2.